Major headlines. 1. Poll: Americans think country is on the wrong track. A new poll shows that more than 60% of Americans believe the U.S. is heading in the wrong direction, with a large share holding the Republican Party, and particularly Donald Trump, responsible for inflation pressures. Many respondents say both major parties are out of touch. This sentiment underlines rising political frustration, which could fuel shifts in upcoming elections. Why this matters: public sentiment often foreshadows electoral change and policy urgency. If a large chunk of voters feels the system isn't working, pressure mounts on politicians to deliver, or face consequences. 2. Supreme Court to decide legality of Trump-era tariffs. The Supreme Court of the United States is set to evaluate whether Donald Trump's use of emergency powers to impose tariffs was lawful. The decision could affect about $50 billion in tariff revenue. Around 40 legal briefs oppose the tariffs, while only about 10 support them. The outcome has major implications for presidential authority, trade policy, and how future administrations might act. Why this matters: this is about more than tariffs, it's about the balance of power between Congress and the presidency, and the precedent set for emergency economic actions. 3. Trump's Palace-Ballroom while food aid is cut. An investigation reveals that President Trump is moving ahead with a lavish $300 million ballroom project while millions of Americans face food aid cuts amid the shutdown. The juxtaposition is drawing sharp criticism: luxury expenditures versus rising humanitarian need. Raises questions about priorities, optics, and political messaging. Why this matters: it underscores the disconnect many feel between the governing elite's actions and citizens' day-to-day struggles. 4. 60 Minutes interview: Trump on nuclear testing, China, shutdown. In a major interview with CBS News, Trump discussed plans to resume nuclear weapons testing, commented on U.S. China relations, immigration, tariffs, and the shutdown. He argued the U.S. should not be the only major nuclear power that doesn't test weapons, referring to other countries' actions. On China, he said if they made a military move on Taiwan, the U.S. would respond, but declined to say exactly how. He also reiterated that he sees the shutdown as something Democrats must resolve. Why this matters: the stance on nuclear testing could mark a significant shift in U.S. defense policy. Also shows how interconnected foreign policy, defense strategy, and domestic politics have become.